First step to install the knock sensor is relocate the existing wiring from this hole. And here we just kind of routed it down here, or you can tie it to the knock sensor once it's installed. You screw the sensor in and then have it pointing down. And then we're going to torque it to 200 inch-pounds.
I have. Filming? Okay, it's going to come like that. It's going to have a K knock sensor. Okay. Make sure that's the way it's wired. The wires are black and yellow and white. Plug it in. A little stress reliever.
And then just continue tying it to the wire loom all the way into the airplane and up to the ECU. Alright, so now we've got the wires routed up here, and we're going to install the pins in the connector. Once you get the pins up to the ECU connector, it's going to go in the blue connector. Here's where you got to slow down and be real careful. You don't want this to come apart and then not be able to clip it back together again. I'm going to show the steps to do that. You're going to have some excess, and we're just going to tie that off, and you're not going to use that. All right, so grab the connector and get underneath the little red piece and just carefully twist the screwdriver or pop the screwdriver like that. That's the front shell. What that does is it allows all the pins to become loose in there.
Let's make it a little easier. Cut that.
Take some of the loom and pull it back. Now, where are we going?
These are the two wires right here. Now, sometimes you'll have two wires. Rest assured, they're cut off somewhere here, and they're far away from each other, not hurting anything. They're not connected to anything.
All right. So what Sal's saying is, some harnesses already had the knock sensor in there, and we had made a decision that it was not necessary to have the sensor, and now we're back to needing to have the sensor in there. So you're going to find these two wires. What is it, the white one there and the black with yellow?
21 and 23. And you can see that's 35 up there. That's 12 over here.
Okay.
All right, 24 is in this corner, so that's 23, 22, 21. 21 and 23.
Okay. So those are the two. So it's basically one is at the end there, and then there's a gap, and then there's another one. And now we're going to have to remove those in this harness. Some harnesses, won't be there, and you're just going to start installing pins. At this point, after releasing the red piece that we just did, we're going to pull these out.
Okay, you just grab it, pull it out. Grab it, pull it out.
All right.
At this point, you can also cut this off. It means nothing.
Because they're already cut further up in the harness, right?
They're already cut. They're cut in the harness, yes.
All right.
There's nothing in there that's hooked up to anything. And they're also cut far away from each other. There's nothing that's ever going to happen with that. They're dead, okay? Back up here.
All right.
Make sure the red retainer is all the way out. If it's in a little bit and you try to push it in, you're never going to get them in. So make sure it's out, the out position. Black and yellow wire is 21. So, you know, that's 24. This is 23, 22, 21. Just insert it in there. So you feel it click in there. 22, 23. It's the white wire. Okay. And you just close down the hatch. Make sure you look on the other end. Make sure the pin is all the way out the edge of the red. If it is not, then something messed up.
Okay.
All right. So now put this back together like that. You want to
Now here's an alternative way. If you don't feel comfortable taking this apart and you already have 2 wires sticking out of there left over from when we used to do this, because all harnesses had these wires, you can, as an alternative, follow these wires, take a little bit of loom off up in here and splice them to the new wires securely. Then you don't have to open up the connector. If you're trying to remove this and the other wire, and if the wire has been cut really close to here and you can't grab onto it, you might have to push them out from the back side or from the front side, and we're going to show that in a second as well.
button this up here. So I got that. Then I'm just going to take this, try to find the piece there, kind of tuck it in there. Wire
We'll just tie that and then coil up the excess wire. All right, we're just going to try and install a pin in the connector, any which hole, because we're demonstrating something. And we want to see if once we pull,
close it down.
All right, that's closed. Once you open up the front housing, the red part, if we didn't have any wire there, nothing to pull on, could we push it out? So we're going to try that now with a little drill bit. It's a 50 thousandths drill bit.
Now, you know, we're talking about if they have a harness that's been cut right at the edge there.
Yeah, if the wire's cut right there and you can't grab onto it, get like a 1.2 millimeter or a 50 thousandths diameter drill bit.
Make sure you're going in the center of the pin.
Okay. We're going to go from the front side.
I can't feel if I'm in there. I have to be, though. I have to be. Yeah, I'm in there. I just need a pair of pliers right here.
All right, so we're able to push it out from the front. So that's
Right.
an alternative way of doing it.
That's the best way to do it.
All
Can you
right.
try it again?
Yeah, just give it a whirl. Put that in, make sure the red part is released.
Okay, it comes like that. Actually, let's just do it the way it comes. You'll have some harnesses that look like that. The wire's been cut at 23. This is just pin 35 just because we're demonstrating. But it'd be 23 and 21 that have cut wires like that. In that case, first things first, retainer up. Okay. Look for the pin you're using right now. In this case, it's just 35 for demonstration. All right. You can see the edge. I don't know if you can get that on camera, but make sure you get this inside of the hollow pin, which I can feel I'm in there right now.
Okay, and then just push it through with
And
some pliers.
then take your pliers, grab it like that, push it through. Voila! You haven't damaged the plug. And you've removed that, and you're successful. And then you can put your new pins right in.
All right.